Hello my friends, we are home. We have been home for about 3 weeks actually. We've been kind of relaxing and getting things done around the house, and the trailer, which is right over there, needed some repair too. I did a job. I pulled away the trailer without putting the stabilizers up, which does quite a bit of damage to them, so I had to buy new ones. I also needed a new tire. One of the tires from going through Texas was pretty worn out. It wasn't anything bad, but it had the cords showing on the tire. It was worn, all the tread was worn off it. You can't see him, can you? He comes out to help edit. We're out on the deck feeding the mosquitoes. This is a great house, but it has some absolutely ferocious mosquitoes. They don't buzz, they just come and land and bite. They can bite and fly away within seconds. This is my neighbor's yard. She spends a lot of time and effort on her yard. I try to keep mine green so it's easy to pick up the dog poop. It was much more important when I had 2 dogs, but right now with just one, it's a lot easier to maintain. I've been trying to get mentally back together for YouTubing. These are the ticks that we pulled off, myself and Akila, from the place we stayed in Kansas. The slough, it's kind of slough, S-L-O-U-G-H, slough. But there's about 50 ticks in there. They're in a bath of alcohol, so they're dead. And there's all kinds. There's dog ticks, deer ticks, Lone Star ticks. The only tick there isn't here is a Rocky Mountains tick, but they're all bad. And I was most grateful for my neighbor at the slough campground, that she was willing to yank the ones off my back that I could not reach. I pulled 15 or 20 of them off my waist and lower half, around my back and up and on my arms. They were all over me. I mean, we went on this path and it was just covered with tick nests. And I say nests because, yeah, the females take their blood meal and then they drop off the host and they lay eggs, and the eggs are usually around 50 in a little nest in the leaves and stuff, and there must have been continual tick nests all the way along this path. It was awful. So that's what we've been doing. We've been trying to catch up with the videos. We've got a lot of videos, but I killed my camera, my original camera, and I bought a new one when I was up visiting the grandson. And one of the things I think the new one does is that when you're on video, like I'm on video right now, if I hit the power button and just turn the camera off instead of turning the video off, it loses all the video footage. It doesn't save it on the card. So you got to remember not to hit the power button, to hit the video button. And so I've done that. I'm used to doing that on my old camera. You turn it off or turn it to photo from video, and it always worked. So I have to learn to do that the right way again. So I'm trying to do that now. If this comes out, we'll know. But anyways, we stayed, when we were done at Custer State Park in South Dakota, we didn't have any plans after that. We figured we'd figure out a way to get home. And so we just got on the internet, on the phone apps, and made reservations for the way home. And this first video here is Bessey Recreation Area. It's right in the middle of Nebraska. I think it's the only national forest in Nebraska. But it's a really nice place. It has some off-highway vehicle trails, and that's what everybody was doing. And they told me that you couldn't fit a Jeep down any of these trails. They're really for side-by-sides and four-wheelers. And I said, okay, because it sometimes is fun to run the Forerunner where it needs to go to exercise its muscles. But so take a look at this. It's not one of my better. It's the first one I've done in 4 weeks. So let me know what you think. It's been really hard to do videos on the road. It was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. And we went to a lot of places. We went to a couple of places for a couple of days. So we really dragged out the trip home. One of the places we stayed had Wi-Fi, so we went there in the middle, and that gave us the opportunity to, gave me the opportunity to set the rest of the path home. So one of the places we went was Land Between the Lakes in Kentucky, and that is a really nice place to go. So if you ever want to find someplace between Chicago and Florida, Land Between the Lakes has awesome campgrounds, and they have anything you want. They got primitive, water, electric, full hookup. They have nice bathrooms with showers and everything. But we had a fun time. We're trying to figure out what we want to do next. We're spending a lot of time working on the trailer and the house. My son, I noticed back when I made some comments about Musk and Trump doing a bad job, that I lost about 7 subscribers, which is, you lose subscribers. It's kind of like losing hair. But one of the reasons I'm not pleased with those guys is that my son and his new wife, he just got married, and they're trying to start out in life, and he had a job with the EPA, and they pulled it out from under him. They fired him and told him that they weren't filling those positions. And so now he's running around looking for a job. He bought a $500,000 house, which was kind of foolish, but they had wedding money that I guess they could put down as a down payment. And he was working in Raleigh, North Carolina, which is the capital. So it's a pretty crowded place, and it's a pretty high rent district. So he couldn't find a rental. A rental would have been more than the mortgage for the house. So now he's now my brother is kind of giving him a reference to take a job up in New York. So they're going to go head up there, and hopefully they'll have a good job up there in an area that, again, is way too expensive because it's the capital of the state. So that's why, when you get actually affected by the stupid things these people do, you might change your mind about how wonderful they are. And I'm not crying, he's not crying. You know, when I was started out, Reagan was in the White House, and I got graduated from college with a degree in wildlife management and animal behavior, and Reagan was pulling all the funding out of all those programs, so I could not get a job with anybody doing that. I did eventually get a New York State job, because New York State, of course, has money that they spend pretty wisely. And then I had to change jobs about every 3 years to stay employed, which I kind of like changing scenery, so no big deal there, but wasn't ideal for our family. So that's why you know that once in a while I'll say something bad about the administration and how they're destroying my retirement fund and destroying. They're saying they're going to put oil wells in the national parks, and they're going to cut down all the national forests so they can't have forest fires. So I don't think I'm going to make this a political channel. I'm not going to comment very much on it, but it does kind of burn my behind when it affects me quite so much and my family. So anyways, here is Bessey Recreation Area in the middle of New Hampshire. Take a look at this. This is going to be fast and furious. It's a quick, I should have made this a short, but this is the whole campground. We are down here at number 12. The dump stations are way over here. It doesn't have rinse water though for rinsing your tanks. There are showers and hurricane shelters. They've thought this out pretty good. It's a pretty good setup. Now the hard part is that these are electrical, that is, but not at these. That's electric. So you've got a lot of electrics, and you've got some pretty big rigs in here too, but it's pretty nice. As you can see, there are a lot of cars in the parking lot, bringing in the four-wheelers, and they're moving around. They're having fun. Hey, come here. You're supposed to be on leash, you know. Okay, back to the car. He's just got to water every post that he comes to. He's run out of water about 20 minutes ago, so. And these are the trails, the Dismal River Trail, the Scenic Trail, and the Scott Lookout Trail. We almost went to the Scott Lookout Trail in the car with the trailer. And they have a lot of water around that says not drinking water. But I think they're all turned off at the moment. We had to come down to the bathroom to get water for the mutt. And I don't understand when they're putting in electrical posts, it's pretty easy to follow it with a rubber water pipe. But this is National Forest. And when we went up that road by mistake instead of this road, we ran into a pile of cut logs that was about 20 feet high, and they're 16-foot logs just piled all up. But here we are. We were in shade, but now the sun has moved and we're not as much in shade. And we're just running the air conditioner on the electricity. Nice stone driveway. The stairs work, which they don't always. We seem to have a flood risk here. They put in a pipe and buried it to channel the water out of here. For the best sites, I think these 3 sites that are right here are probably the very best. This is 11, I'm 12, and then 13 is the next one. And this is right in the middle of Nebraska. So if you're ever find yourself traveling through Nebraska, this is the Bessey recreation area, and it's pretty nice. You can stop here, and I've talked to a couple of campers that have been here for a number of years, and they say it's pretty nice. They always enjoy it, but of course they've all been four-wheeler, ATV, off-road vehicle drivers, so that might be one of the reasons. We're tired. We're going to go work on the computer, do our expenses, try to get some editing done. He's brought us a stick. He wants us to throw a stick. Icky sticks. Sticks are his life. You probably didn't hear most of that because I got the mic going the wrong direction, but I'll voice over if it doesn't come through. Oh, he's killing the stick. Please bring it back to me. Leave it there. Out. Come on. Leave it here. No, leave it. He's pretty good at catching that on the bounce. Out. We are showing you all this because he insists on playing it. He likes watching it. He says he's an excellent athlete, and so he likes to chase sticks. He likes his parts in this video, so this video was about twice this long, but I lost the video. The rest of the park is not easily pictured in this video. It's nice. The main emphasis of this place is the four-wheelers and the off-highway vehicles. And these are all the trail maps. And then the actual camping maps. And it's $20 for electrical and $15 for non-electric. They have showers. don't know what that is. Come here. Come here. The dog barking's on the other side of their greenhouse and nursery buildings. This was a pretty neat park. All these trees were labeled with what they were. And they had the usual Forest Service signs to show where were reserved already and which weren't. Otherwise, it was first come, first serve. The sites were pretty nice. The trees were pretty nice. The land underneath the trees was pretty nice. We had a real good site. We didn't unhook because we were only there one night and we wanted to make it out early in the morning, which we did. We made it out about 6 o'clock on the road.